Hi, welcome to the 10-minute video summary of the message that was shared at Henrietta Christian Fellowship on the 17th of September 2017. My name is Don Bold. I'm the pastor of the church, and for the next short time, I'm sure less than 10 minutes today, I'd like to share with you just the highlights of this morning's message. You know, today was a day that we baptized somebody at the church, and anyways, it was a wonderful time, and so I did a teaching on baptism. If you'd like to get the essence of that teaching, there's a video available at our website. Let me just show you how to get there. All right, and what it is, you're going to go to www.henriettacf.org. You're going to click on Media, then click on Resources, and then click on Baptism Teaching Video, okay? And that'll get you connected with that, and you can get a chance to enjoy that. And, you know, if you haven't been baptized, perhaps be persuaded that it's time for you to do that. But then, you know, there was a message that he had, not just for the person who's being baptized, but really for all of us. Just that, you know, there's a lot of joy in baptism, all right? I think it's one of my favorite things in the church is to be able to be a witness to somebody who is taking that first big step in their faith and being baptized in water and beginning to walk in obedience to Christ by obeying Him and being baptized, okay? So, but when we're baptized, you know, there's a fair distance between that moment and a sinless heaven, all right? And so you have to be understanding this, that you're baptized for a battle, okay, that you're predestined to win, all right? That there's this battle that we have to fight, but it has to be fought, and we will win. All right, the battle is to live for Christ and to represent Him as an ambassador to a world that 1 John 5:19 describes as that it lies in wickedness. All right, well, you are of God, it says, but the world lies in wickedness. You know, there's a lot that we can enjoy in this world, a lot of fun to be had, but the presence of that wickedness in the world around us is so on display right now. That, I mean, it has been throughout the course of my life, but just lately, it seems to be just a surge of it. You know that you know, you can't deny it. All right, so you know we're in this world, but it's this true two-pronged battle. Okay, so let me just describe it to you from James 4:7. It says this, that it says, "Submit yourselves therefore to God, resist the devil, and he will flee from you." So these two things: one is the battle to submit yourself to God, and the second one is the battle to resist the devil and see him flee. And so, you know, these two fronts, taking authority over our soul, all right, and the other is resisting the work of the enemy against us. Now, I hope it doesn't come as a shock to you that I believe that we actually have a real devil that is fighting against us, that all that talk in the Bible about a devil and devils and demons and that sort of thing is actually so. It's not an allegory, it's so. All right, it's an invisible world that runs parallel to ours, which used to seem like fantasy, but now science argues that there are all kinds of different things like this that would say, well, you know, even to a naturalist that isn't looking at spiritual things, they would understand the potential that there are things at work that we're not able to observe with our human eyes, but that there is a devil that we are in a battle with. Okay, if we were by ourselves, we'd be defeated, but in Him, see, that's what this is going to be all about. All right, so. You know, the first victory is in surrendering to Him. The second victory is in this fight that we're in through that. But so where does it come from? You know, it's His righteousness in both cases, you know, that allows us to be able to surrender to God. It's His righteousness that allows us to be able to stand, okay? That this victory comes through His righteousness, His wisdom, His strength. Right, and particularly in the second battle with sorry, there's a mosquito or two out here. The second part of the battle, you know, where we are going to stand and resist the devil. You know, it's you know, the Bible tells us that we don't wrestle against flesh and blood, but against, you know, principalities, powers, spiritual wickedness in high places. Over in Ephesians chapter 6, I encourage you to read some of that. But we put on the armor and we stand our ground. Christ won the victory at the cross. We are victorious through Him. Okay, it'll take a fight. But you'll be victorious, all right, because you belong to Him. So rejoice. Christ has overcome the world already, all right. John 16:33 is very clear about this. It says, "These things I have spoken to you," this is Jesus speaking to them, "so that in me you may have peace. As I've spoken these things so that you can have peace in me." All right. In the world you're going to have tribulation or trouble, right? But take courage. I have overcome the world. Now, you know, Christ says He's overcome the world. We can have peace because of the things that He told to us. But what about us? What about us? Are we going to be victorious? 1 John 5:4-5 says, "For whatever is born of God overcomes the world. And this is the victory that has overcome the world, our faith." standing firm in your faith and doing the things that the Word of God tells us to do with regard to our own soul, with regard to this fight that we have in this world, resisting the wickedness that surrounds us, and and living this victorious life in Him. It says, "This is the victory that has overcome the world, our faith." Who is the one who overcomes the world? In case you didn't get it, but he who believes that Jesus is the Son of God. And that's the confidence that we stand in. That's the truth. That's the means to the victory. But to understand that we're in a fight. We're in a fight. It's a fight of faith. It's not a fight in the flesh. It's not against this person or that person. Okay, it's a fight that it has to do with this whole issue of our own soul and our stand in faith. And that we don't give up the ground that God has given to us, and that we live for Him, and we are ambassadors for Him in this world. And so with that, I'm going to say God bless you, and we'll see you next time on the 10-minute video summary.